Hello everyone, I am Alexa Dunn, and today I am going to be doing the Writing Rituals tag. I was tagged to do this by author and Authortuber Kim Chance. Kim is also a 2018 debut with me. We're in the same debut group, the Electric 18s, and I'm really excited to tackle this tag. Question number 1, when do you write? I write usually on weekdays at night. I don't start writing until 10 or 11 p.m. and I write until at least midnight. On the weekends, it's a bit more flexible, but I'm not exactly getting up early in the morning to write. I am definitely a night owl, so it's later in the day on the weekends when I'm powering through on a weekend. Question number 2, how do you seclude yourself from the outside world? So I live alone, so that's very, very easy. To get into my writing zone, I just turn off the television, sit on my couch, and kind of nudge my cat away from the keyboard because he definitely likes to kind of, nudge my hand and flop on top of, the Noom keypad. He doesn't like it when I work, but it's really easy for me to just kind of go into writing mode and be alone and do my work. Question number 3. How do you review what you wrote the previous day? To be completely honest, I don't always review what I wrote the previous day. Because I'm a pantser and I'm all about pushing myself through to finish drafts and not be a perfectionist, I try not to read over what I've written too much, or I start, kind of going in and digging in and starting to fix it, or I see problems, I want to edit, etc. And that can really derail me from the drafting process. But when I do go over it, I just skim over it. I don't do anything special like printing it out or reading it out loud. I just read over it again. I might start from the beginning, or I might just backtrack a chapter or a scene to get back into what I call the tone zone. So like the tone of the writing that I've been doing, so I can fall back into the voice and the rhythm. Question number 4. What song is your go-to when you're feeling uninspired? I am all about scores from TV shows and movies, and specifically one that I can just turn on and it's like Pavlov's dog, like it gets me into a dramatic writing mood, is The Hours by Philip Glass. I've also talked about this one before. I really like Atonement by Dario Marinelli. It starts with like someone typing on a typewriter, and it's just very it's very brisk. So those are 2 go-tos for me. And then on the pop end, for my last book, Christine and the Queen's Saint Claude, that song, and I can't speak French, so my pronunciation is terrible, but that song was a big one for me. I could just like put it on and really get in the mood for the book. I think of it as kind of like a theme song for the book, tonally and in terms of mood. Question number 5. What do you always do when you find yourself struggling with writer's block? I take a shower. I've talked about this before, including in my writer's block video. Showers are magic for me. If I'm stuck, I just put things away, I hop in the shower, and I talk to myself. I talk to myself in the shower. It is a great brainstorming space, and I don't think I've ever had a case where I got in the shower and didn't get out of the shower with a way to push through whatever the block was, whatever the scene was. So that's my magic solution. Take a shower. Question number 6. What tools do you use when you're writing? Scrivener. I am one of those Scrivener devotees, proselytizers. I will tell anyone who will listen how amazing Scrivener is, and it's definitely a writing tool. If you're not familiar with Scrivener, you can basically segment your writing into folders and scenes. And so folders are chapters and scenes are scenes. But you can have, like the whole chapter in a scene like document. But because it's all segmented in the program, you can jump around, you can drag and drop. It's also really great for me in that perfectionism problem because I don't have to click into the previous scenes that I was working on. I can just go right into the one that I need to be focusing on. I can start a blank one. Sometimes starting with a blank page really opens me up creatively because I'm not focusing on what is already on the page, and I'm not like nitpicking my writing and like tearing my hair out because I think it's bad. So Scrivener is a big tool for me, but I do have a couple other ones. Music I consider a tool, so The music that I mentioned, the scores, they really help me. I also sometimes really like to use ambient noise. I like a site called Sound Drown. That's sounddrown.com with just one D. And it's like a DJ for natural sound. I like rain sounds when I write, but you can mix like rain and waves and like a crackling fire. I really like having that going in the background because I'm from the East Coast, but I live in sunny, way too sunny, Southern California, and sometimes I want to feel like I'm back in Boston and I've got the window cracked and it's like raining outside and I'm writing, because that is how I wrote a lot of fan fiction. So I think I just have like that sense memory of like, oh, it's raining, I should be writing. So that's a big one for me. Also, my passion planner and my star system, I've gone over that in previous videos. I've shown that in my drafting videos, but having a planner where I give myself gold stars for every 500 words that I write and having that visual of my progress, that has been a really key tool for me in drafting this time around on my book. I will often push myself through to my word gold just to get a shiny gold star, so that's a big one for me. Question number 7. Wait, is that 7? Hold on, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, it's 7. Question number 7. What's the one thing you can't live without during a writing session? Wine? I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. I can write without wine, but it really helps. And often my way of like knowing that I'm gonna write is like pouring myself that glass of wine and like being like, you're a writer. You're very cool. You write with wine. So I'm gonna stick with wine. Question number 8. How do you feel yourself during your writing session? Wine. Wine is great, guys, but if you're underage, don't drink until it's legal in your country, and alcohol is not a way to solve problems, but wine. But far more seriously, the real way that I fuel myself during my writing sessions is through positive self-affirmations. I coach myself through writing so often. Pep talks. I sit and I go, it's only 500 words. It's not as many words as you think it is. You can do this. You're not a terrible writer. You're really excited to write this story. Just finish the scene. You're awesome. So positive self-affirmations, I consider that fuel for writing. Question number 9. How do you know when you're done writing? Some days for me, it's simply a word count goal. So as I mentioned, my bare minimum I've been shooting for in my current draft is 500 words. So when I hit that, I'm done. And some days I'm like really struggling to get to that word count. But other days I finished a scene. Like the goal that I set myself for the day for the writing session was finish the scene or finish the chapter. Sometimes, if it's really bad, it's not so much about word counts. It's about the bare minimum that I feel that I can do, that I have accomplished, that I should be proud of. So if I was really stuck on just an interaction or a transition, when I'm done with it, I'll pat myself on the back and say, good job, you can be done for the day. So it really varies for me depending on the day or the moment and what I want to get out of the session. But overall, I'm about being kind to myself to kind of push through, and that's a huge part of my writing ritual, because being perfectionist or beating myself up or letting myself give in to imposter syndrome doesn't help me draft. So that's really my writing ritual in a nutshell. That's the end of the tag. Thanks again for tagging me, Kim. This was fun, and I'm going to tag some people. I am going to tag fellow 2018 debut Brie Barton. I'm going to tag, my friend Kat Cho. Check out her channel, it's awesome. Bree's channel is also awesome. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to tag Amarie, because I really want to hear about her writing rituals. And of course, as with tags, it's not about me specifically like tagging you. If this tag sounds cool and you like the questions and you want to do it, do the tag. I want to hear what everyone's writing rituals are, because it's so interesting to hear how other people get the words on the page, because we're all different. Like watching Kim's video her writing rituals are so different from mine. So again, this was so much fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like the video or the channel, please subscribe or hit the little like button or comment. Like, let's talk about writing. So happy writing, everyone.